Of the three branches of government, the judiciary is the only unelected one, and at times, the most powerful. The Obama administration faced 20 nationwide injunctions over 8 years. President Trump has already been hit with nearly 40. These judges often halt Congress as well, blocking enforcement of federal laws and policies. Attorney General William Barr wants to stop these injunctions. Writing in the Wall Street Journal, shrewd lawyers have learned to shop for a sympathetic judge willing to issue such an injunction. These days, virtually every significant congressional or presidential initiative is enjoined, often within hours, threatening our democratic system and undermining the rule of law. GOP Congressman Steve Scalise told CBN News it provides a judge near total power.
Being a judge does not mean you're a dictator or a czar. Again, you're supposed to be there interpreting the laws that are written and upholding the Constitution. And too often we see a judge that has their own agenda and they try to carry out whatever they want to do as opposed to following what the law says.
And that becomes a real danger if not properly checked, because who will check the checkers?
Jeremy Dice fights for religious freedom through the First Liberty Institute.
If the judges themselves are the ones that are going to decide what the Constitution says, and we limit that to just one individual, that deprives 330 million Americans of the process that we're familiar with under our Constitution.
Used to be Congress would pass a law, the president would sign it, and then it would take effect. Now, if a judge steps in with a nationwide injunction to stop it, the president or lawmakers must slog their way through the entire judiciary.
The average case, I think, to the Supreme Court takes roughly 6 years to percolate up through the system.
As Attorney General Barr states, nationwide injunctions threaten to turn every case into an emergency for the executive and judicial branches. The way the judiciary is supposed to work is local judges decide cases for the people in front of them. Disputed local rulings go before district or circuit courts like the one behind me. And where circuits disagree with each other, the U.S. Supreme Court weighs in for the whole nation.
Which would give a lot more eyes on the situation rather than just one individual sitting in his chambers making the decision.
As Barr puts it, a Supreme Court justice must convince at least 4 colleagues to bind the federal government nationwide, whereas a district court judge issuing a nationwide injunction needn't convince anyone.
It always angers me when I see these activist judges, judges who are not elected, who decide instead of interpreting the law, they want to make their own law. And, you shouldn't go to the judiciary because you want to be a lawmaker. You should run for Congress.
Paul Strand, CBN News, Washington.